everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Burrow Home Bar. This week I'm making a cocktail that I did not come up with, and it also isn't a classic. So it's a cocktail that I found on a fellow Instagram page that does cocktails called White Rabbit Cocktail, so shout out to them. I saw it round about New Year, I think, and I thought, oh, that's kind of an interesting one to do. I do not like absinthe at all, but Ben really does. So for his Christmas I got him, they look a bit weird, but these little absinthe test tube things. And it comes with a little spoon and the sugar, and yeah, it's a little device to drop it on. Anyway, so it's quite fun. And I don't like absinthe at all, but when I saw this cocktail, it's just got an absinthe rinse, which, if you don't know what that means, it basically means that it's a tiny bit of absinthe in the glass that you swirl around and then you just chuck it. So it just gives that tiny little bit of aniseed. It is the aniseedy flavour that I'm not a massive fan of, if I'm honest. But I've already made this cocktail. I made it for me and Ben a few nights ago. And I actually added more. I didn't chuck out the absinthe for him, whereas I just swirled it in my glass. And it was good, it was nice. I am getting a bit more used to absinthe cocktails. I have had it in a few recently, so that's why I thought I'd sort of experiment with this one. There's really not much going on in this at all. It's a very simple drink, just these few ingredients here, just 4 things. So it is absinthe, as I said, the smallest part. Then we have Apricot Liqueur, Campari, and then finishing it off with sparkling wine or prosecco. So it's called the Quarter Century, and then I googled it afterwards, and I think there's a few cocktails called Quarter Century, so I don't know. I feel like we're all running out of cocktail names these days, so there's a few that are the same thing. And I googled them and they were not anything like this. This is kind of a, I don't know if it was original by them, I can't remember, but I saw it on their page. So anyway, so yeah, enough chatting and let's get on with this cocktail. So very, very simple. There's only 2 things going in the mixer, so not a shaker today. And it's just 15 mils of each. So I'm just going to do 15 mils of Apricot Liqueur, then the 15 mils of Campari. So yeah, hardly anything really. It's going to look like not very much at all, but this was the quantities in the cocktail. So the same as Campari. Then I'm just going to add ice and give this a little bit of a stir before doing the absinthe part. So it seems almost sort of pointless stirring that tiny little amount. When I made this for me and Ben, I obviously made 2, so there was a little bit more. But you know, in a small glass, and you're adding prosecco, so it really is sort of a sparkling wine cocktail. You know, that is going to be the main part of it. This is just sort of the extra little flavour, I suppose. But it's good. I'm always looking for interesting new sort of prosecco, champagne, sparkling wine cocktail, so it is definitely a different one. That really doesn't need too much at all, or else it's going to get very diluted. So for my glass, I have just got some little dried flowers on the side there, which I thought was quite cute. But what I'm going to do is add a little bit of this absinthe. So just the tiniest of splashes in there, because yeah, it's just meant to be a rinse. If you really, really like absinthe, then you can absolutely keep that little bit in. But I'm just going to swirl it around the glass and then chuck it in the sink. It is just the tiniest little bit in there. So there we go. I'm now going to add just these 2 ingredients here. So this is very simple, very quick. So there you can see, if you use quite a small cocktail glass, it doesn't take much volume. Then actually that's about, you know, almost half of the glass, to be honest. So it is a decent amount actually, and then you're just going to top that up with some prosecco. I bought this? I actually didn't buy it. Sorry, I got this gifted at Christmas, and I had it there. And I put it in the fridge ready for this video, and then I started on it last night, and I've only got a tiny little bit left. I was like, please tell me I've actually got enough to make this video, which is the whole reason I put it in the fridge in the first place. Yeah, I'm dangerous around wine and fizz in the fridge. I just can't resist. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir. There we go. How it's quick. This is barely a video. It's like the quickest video ever. How cool does that look with the flowers and the glass? I love the glass, one of my favourite ones. So yeah, there we go. That is the Quarter Century cocktail. And I think it looks lovely. I've obviously tasted it before and I was pleasantly surprised. Ben absolutely loved it. He definitely liked it more than me. We're both massive fans of Campari, and the Apricot Liqueur, well, let's taste it and I'll let you know what I think. Cheers. So it is dead fruity from the apricot. It's really nice, actually. The apricot and the Campari go really well together. At first I thought the Campari would maybe overpower because it's such a bitter, strong taste, and you're just adding, you know, the same amount of both. But no, the apricot comes through really lovely as well. Definitely the first note and the last note is the absinthe, so it's the aniseed. So that before I even take a drink, I can smell the aniseed, which I'm not a fan of. But then when I drink it, like any cocktail as well, it definitely gets better the more that you drink it. I did love it by the end of it. So yeah, that's the first sort of thing you taste, and then it really goes into the sweetness of the apricot, and then the Campari kind of comes off somewhere towards the end, and then the absinthe comes back. It's a strange one. It kind of goes up and down, and then obviously the fizz just adds that sort of bubbliness, and yeah, it just mellows everything out. So overall, it's a really well balanced drink. I do like that one. I think it's great. So I hope you did as well. Thank you so much for catching me on the Burrow Bar for this very quick video. And yeah, catch me next time, I'll be making another cocktail. I am just going to go and sip this and have a lovely afternoon. I hope you have a nice day as well. Thank you very much. Cheers.